Last question, what do you say about those people who wish to go to the Maghrib Institute and these places? They are saying that they are going to these places to take the good and leave the evil. I'm sure on the last occasion that I was here, that we covered this issue, myself and Abu Hakim, of Maghrib Institute, that has within it individuals such as Yasir Qadi and others. These individuals are outright deviants, my brothers and sisters. They are not upon the Sunnah and they are not upon Salafiyah. Their usul and their principles and their aqidah are deviated. They misguide themselves and they misguide others. They misguide themselves and they misguide others. Do not attend. And as for this statement, take the good and leave the evil, this opposes the ijma' of the Salaf, the complete consensus of the great Imams of the Salaf. Without a shadow of a doubt, consensus of the Sahaba. No such thing as taking the good and leaving the evil from the people of bid'ah. You leave them completely and you do not approach them. Abdullah ibn Umar said about the Qadariyah, even though those individuals that came to him, they said to him that those people, that the place that we've come from in Iraq, that they possess some knowledge, but they have spoken and they deny the pre-decree of Allah. So Abdullah ibn Umar, he didn't say take knowledge from them and don't discuss pre-decree with them. He said tell them and inform them that that Abdullah ibn Umar is bari, that Abdullah ibn Umar is free and disassociates himself from them. And they are disassociated from me. No doubt whatsoever. Imam al-Sabuni, rahimahullah ta'ala, in his Aqidatu Salaf wa Ashab al-Hadith, that he mentions that it is forbidden by consensus to sit with the people of innovation. Rather, it is obligatory to despise them and to keep yourself away from them. Imam al-Baghawi, rahimahullah ta'ala, he mentions that to keep away from Ahlul Bid'ah is something that is agreed upon without any difference of opinion. And those people who say that we will take the haqq and will leave the evil, that I will sit with the people of truth and I will sit with the people of falsehood. Sufyan al-Thawri, he said this person doesn't know truth from falsehood. When Layth ibn Sa'ad, he said that if I see a person, he said, Wallahi, if I see a person of innovation, even if I see him walking on water, I wouldn't take knowledge from him. So he was said to Imam Shafi'i, this statement, he said he has fallen short. Indeed, even if I saw him flying in the sky, I wouldn't take knowledge from him. So even Yasir Qadi was flying in the sky, I wouldn't take knowledge from him. Let alone walking on water, let alone that he speaks in this Maghrib and whoever else is with him in this Maghrib Institute. Not permissible. But of course, if you think that you know better than the Salaf, then what can I do for you? I will take the good, leave the evil. Who cares about the Salaf? Then you're not Salafi, then you're not upon the way of the Salaf and you've chosen your own misguidance. And as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned, وَيَتَّبِعُوا غَيْرَ سَبِيلِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ نُوَلِّهِ مَا تَوَلَّى وَنُصْلِهِ جَهَنَّمَ وَسَاءَتْ مَصِيرًا. And he chooses other than the path of the believers, and the believers have already told you, the Sahaba, and those who came after them in righteousness, don't sit with them. But if you want to choose a path other than their path, then Allah leave you in the path that you've chosen, and we fear for you hellfire. We fear for you hellfire. You don't know good and you don't know evil. So how are you going to decipher between the two anyway? Muhammad ibn Sirin, some of the people of innovation came to Muhammad ibn Sirin. And they said to him, we wish to talk to you. He said, I don't want to talk to you. They said, let us then recite something from the book of Allah to you. He said, either you will get up and leave or I will get up and leave. Muhammad ibn Sirin didn't want to hear them. And what were they going to do? Recite the book of Allah. Is there any falsehood in the book of Allah? Nothing of falsehood in the book of Allah. He wouldn't even hear the book of Allah from them. And they say, oh, we want to go to these Maghrib Institute and take the good and leave the evil. There's no evil in the book of Allah, yet he's still Muhammad ibn Sirin, rahimahullah, died in the year 110 after the Hijrah. Met the Sahaba radiallahu anhum, from the best of the Sahaba, he met them, Muhammad ibn Sirin. And yet Muhammad ibn Sirin, he didn't want to hear them recite the Quran to him. He said they may twist it and he may enter my heart and cause it to deviate. So who are you? This Yasir Qadi, who pacifies the Sufis, who sits with the people of bid'ah, says that there's no differences and these differences that we have, we shouldn't discuss them. And we don't refute them. Rather, I feel comfortable in their company and I feel honored by them and I feel the true love of brotherhood with them. Look at what the Sahaba used to say about the people of bid'ah and look what he's saying. These are worse than some of the innovators of old. Worse than the like that Ibn Battah spoke against. These people in these times that Yasir Qadi is talking about are people who straight out seek istighatha, seek deliverance from the dead in their graves. The likes of this Muhammad Adam al-Kawthari. Muhammad Adam al-Kawthari, who says that the seeking of istighatha and seeking aid from the dead in their graves is something that is permissible in the Sharia. Rather, it is something by way of ibadah and permissible and allowable and commendable. Yasir Qadi says, I feel true brotherhood in the company of these people who commit shirk with Allah. And you want to go and study what with him exactly? I would like to know what you will study with these types of individuals who do not distinguish between haqq and batil, that they have no wala and bara with the deen of Allah. They don't love for the sake of Allah. Yasir Qadi does not love for the sake of Allah. He does not hate for the sake of Allah. He does not give for the sake of Allah. He does not take for the sake of Allah as it relates to the aqeedah. As it relates to the usul and the fundamental, he doesn't. Because if you love for the sake of Allah and you would hate those people who commit shirk with Allah. You would hate and despise those individuals who speak about Allah without knowledge. Or at the very least, if you can't do that, you would keep distant from them. He calls all of the people in the West to work with them and to love them and to adore them and to go and sit with Hamza Yusuf, the translator of the Burda of Al-Busayri. This poetry that is contained within it shirk and seeking refuge with the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and other types of shirkiyat and polytheism. But Yasir Qadi feels comfortable with him. So do you feel comfortable with Yasir Qadi? If you feel comfortable with Yasir Qadi, there's a sickness in your heart. As sick as his heart. As Fudail ibn Iyad said, that the one who sits with the person of innovation is worse than him. Why would you want to sit with a person who treats the deen of Allah with such belittlement? Yasir Qadi and his companions are not individuals. And likewise Tawfiq Chowdhury. Likewise Abdul Rahim Green. Likewise Usama Hassan, Suhaib Hassan, G.F. Haddad, Haytham Haddad, the likes of Suhaib Webb. All of these signatories to this treacherous agreement to unite upon falsehood and to unite and to agree upon opposing the book of Allah. United. They should have given it the clear title that it deserves. We, the following, have agreed to oppose the book of Allah. We, the following, have agreed to oppose the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. We, the following, have agreed to oppose the usul and the aqeedah of the salaf of this ummah and the sahaba radiyallahu. And tell the people clearly what you're doing. Because this is what they've agreed to. Nothing less than that. So beware of them and don't go to them. Save yourselves. Flee with your religion away from these types of people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has raised ulama in this time. Ulama, my brothers and sisters, that you would sit with them and tears would run from your eyes. Tears would pour from your eyes at the sight of some of the greatest of the ulama of this world in this time. The likes of Abdullah al-Khudayan, the likes of Shaykh al-Fawzan, the likes of Shaykh Abdul Muhsin al-Abbad, the likes of Shaykh Rabi', the likes of Ubayd al-Jabari, the likes of Zayd al-Madkhali. These ulama, Abdul Aziz al-Shaykh, these ulama, you sit with them, wallah, your heart begins to tremble at the love and the affection that these people have for the religion and the jealousy they have for the religion and the mercy they have upon their students when they teach them and the love that they have for teaching that which is correct. Ulama alive and you want to go to scum like this? Why? And I don't want anyone saying to me, did you advise them and did you speak to them and did you do this and did you do that? Half the ummah has advised these people. Half ulama have advised them, scholars have advised them, brothers have advised them, sisters have emailed them. These arrogant imbeciles who agree to oppose the sunnah of Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then they shroud it with decoration, beautifying falsehood. Don't be deceived by them. Do not be deceived by them, my brothers and sisters. Wallahi, these people are corrupt. I remember when I first saw Yasir Qadi, beard was as long as mine, probably longer. Saw a picture of him the other day on some website or some magazine. Where is it now? Some 4 p.m. shadow. Cut right down. What, this is what your Maghrib Institute teaches you? What are you going to learn from a man like this? Beard that used to be down in accordance to the sunnah when he was in Medina. Now, probably an inch or less than an inch off the chin. Look at these people, my brothers and sisters. That which is in their hearts is beginning to display in their outward actions. Remember reading an article with regard to Yasir Qadi. Some woman that wrote an article, she said, I met him on the aeroplane. And I thought, oh no, I'm going to sit next to an extremist, whatever. First thing he did, put his hand down and shook her hand. I mean, whether she's lying or whether she's truthful, Allahu A'lam. But I didn't see him making bara from that. You know, these are these people. They live in, they claim that they are the modern day intellectual, academic, that they are the ones who can deal with Western philosophical thought. And they are the ones who can really meet the challenges of Muslim minorities living in the West. And they come out with all of this jargon, that they are the ones who can tackle the real problems, not these medieval, desert-like Bedouin-type Salafis. We are the ones, not you. What are you dealing with? What? That you oppose the aqeedah of Ahlul Sunnah? This is how you're dealing? This is that you believe that you are the high-powered intellectuals living in the West because, that you're studying for a PhD at Yale? Or you're doing some sort of course that, teaches you philosophy and you can quote Nietzsche? And you can quote, Machiavelli and whoever else that you're quoting, and Alexis Carrel and this one and that one from the philosophers, and that makes you intellectual. That makes you no better than the Mu'tazila of old. Trying to deceive the people with semantics. Trying to deceive the people with kalam, mutakallim, ahlul kalam. Wallahi, these people are deceptive. Flee from them with your religion. They will corrupt you, and they will corrupt your families, and they will corrupt your religion. Stay away from them, my brothers and sisters. May Allah guide us all to the kitab and the sunnah upon the path that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decreed for us to follow, the sirat al-mustaqim. Jazakumullahu khairan. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wa sallallahu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam.